The audio recording of Ray J seemingly threatening Fabolous he'd send Diddy to grape him has resurfaced again. However, the streets are saying Fabolous is too scared to speak out against Diddy because he's being blackmailed by some freak off tapes. But wait, what does this say about Ray J? How come he was so bold to publicly threaten Fabolous with grape? Is this proof that Ray J is a handler for Diddy and the higher-ups? Let's break it down. Ray J is once again in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons after audio resurfaced of him threatening Fabolous and saying he'd get one of his male friends to grape him. And of course fans are convinced Ray J was referring to Diddy. Now, to give you some context, Ray J's beef with Fabolous dates back over 10 years, and it was sparked by an HBO clip of Ray J singing at a Floyd Mayweather house party. After seeing this, Fabolous hopped on Twitter to tease Floyd for saying there was a serious concert in his living room, only for it to be Ray J in a piano. Fabolous wrote, "Nah, but Floyd saying he having a concert in my living room," and the camera cuts to Ray J singing One Wish on the piano had me in tears. But this whole situation escalated when Ray J called into the Breakfast Club after feeling disrespected by Fabolous and went on a wild rant. He claimed that he'd already punched Fabolous at an afterparty for insulting him and Floyd, and during the rant Ray J also mentioned Diddy, implying that Diddy might have been the one encouraging him to punch Fabolous. But it didn't end there. Ray J took it to a whole different level and threatened that if Fabolous didn't apologize publicly, he would get one of his male friends to grape him. So the following day, Fabolous called in and denied the punch ever happened. He didn't apologize either, and instead, he suggested that Ray J was high and insisted their confrontation was blown out of proportion and never became a physical. Fabolous also responded to Ray J's threat of Gray by saying this speaks volumes about the type of people Ray J associates with. But then things took an even darker turn. That recording of Ray J threatening Fabolous recently resurfaced right in the middle of the new disturbing allegations surrounding Diddy, and fans are now convinced Ray J was referring to Diddy, especially given Diddy's previous questionable behavior around Fabolous. Most fans remember that awkward Drink Champs episode where Diddy repeatedly called Nori Daddy and asked Fabolous if he missed him. Diddy then pressed Fabolous on why they never parted together, and Fabolous looked not just visibly uncomfortable but borderline terrified. He even tried to reassure Diddy that they had already partied before, almost like he was trying to say, "Please don't make me do it again." Now, J Kiss Andori quickly stepped in to change the subject, but Diddy then started talking about that night in Vegas with Ray J after the Floyd Mayweather fight, and at one point did mention that Ray J was there to be with his brother. By the way, Fabolous recently admitted on Instagram that he once had to sneak out of a Diddy party because things got way too out of hand. He wrote, "I told Diddy I was going to the bathroom and slid once it was 7 a.m. You ever get peer pressured into going to the afters? You really want to go home or back to the room, but you don't want to be the turn down to the turn up one more. Question, you ever said you was going to the bathroom and left?" And since Ray J recently made waves by defending Diddy and saying we shouldn't tear him down, a lot of people are now saying Ray is most likely a handler for Diddy and his mentor Clyde Davis. So it's no secret that Ray J and Diddy have been close for years, and there's plenty of footage out there showing Ray J hanging out at Diddy's mansion, and with ongoing rumors linking Clive Davis to Whitney Houston's death, and Ray J being one of the last people to see her alive. Ray J's rumored handler release back in the spotlight. Multiple industry insiders have suggested that Clive and Diddy could have used Ray to silence women like Whitney and Wendy Williams. As you all know, the night Whitney passed, she was scheduled to perform at Clive's Grammy Awards party at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. According to the official story, Whitney's assistant found her unresponsive face down in the tub. However, Jaguar Wart claimed that it was actually Brandy, Ray J's sister, who discovered Whitney, and she also said that Ray J slipped out of Whitney's room just before the incident occurred. The way there's this paparazzi footage that surfaced supposedly showing Ray J sneaking out of the Beverly Hilton and covering his face shortly after Whitney was found. And then there's Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, who accused Ray J of acting sketchy that night at the Beverly Hilton, and she openly referred to Ray J as a runner boy, implying he was Whitney's supplier. But that's not all. Reports are going around that Diddy allegedly enlisted Ray for another shady mission to silence Wendy Williams and prevent her from exposing his secrets. Wendy and Diddy have had a long-standing feud going all the way back to the 90s when Wendy started exposing Diddy's DL lifestyle, and according to Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal, Diddy even had Wendy removed from her radio show after she got her hands on some photos of Diddy and another man. And then Jaguar Wright recently pointed out that Wendy was the first to call out Diddy and his thugs, and Jaguar even suggested that Diddy likely silenced her the same way he allegedly did with his ex Kim Porter. And let's not forget, Wendy didn't just expose Diddy's rumored DR lifestyle, she also had intel on different shady activities he was involved in, including alleged crimes. Wendy was also ahead of the curve and warning about Cassie's safety. In fact, 3 years before Cassie finally escaped Diddy, Wendy was already raising alarms about his. And looking at Wendy now, it's hard not to think that Diddy might have been involved in her guardianship and ongoing health issues, be the way Wendy's best friend of more than 40 years, Regina Shell, recently shared with The Sun that there's something sinister about Wendy's guardianship, and she even hinted that Wendy has been forced into silence. Regina said, "Talking is Wendy's life. Her whole claim to fame is talking, and I don't think she would be this quiet unless she was forced to be quiet." And get this, Stunner Girl also recently dropped a huge allegation accusing Ray J of getting Wendy hooked on substances. Stunner Girl took to her IG stories to call Ray J out and reminded everyone how he supposedly led Wendy on a wild substance binge just before Wendy's health deteriorated. "Instead of constantly being worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since she took her on that binge, gang." Now going back to Fabolous, he's been keeping a very low profile since the first Diddy allegations dropped, and the streets are saying Fab won't say anything because he knows Diddy's got a whole bunch of freak-off tapes with his name on them. So after Diddy cornered Fabolous during that viral Drink Champs interview back in 2017 talking about why they never partied together, a lot of people said they felt sorry for Fabolous because it looked like he was scared for his dear life. But here's the thing, Fabolous ended up partying with Diddy many times after this interview, so he clearly wasn't that scared even after that time when Fabolous said he had to sneak out of the bathroom window at one of Diddy's parties. He still continued to hang out with Diddy. In fact, just a few months before Cassie dropped her lawsuit in November 2023, Fabolous was spotted partying with Diddy in Miami, and now rumors are flying around that Fabolous is being blackmailed and that Diddy has more than one wild freak-off tape featuring Fabolous. And with everything happening right now with Diddy's federal case, it's no wonder Fabolous is stayed silent. People are speculating that the fear of what Diddy has on him is preventing him from speaking out. However, fans are divided when it comes to Fabolous, and while some are saying it's possible Diddy spiked his drink and did some non-consensual things to him, others don't have a lot of sympathy for Fabolous, and they're saying he was probably a willing participant in those freak-offs. 50 Cent has all the dirt on Diddy, and he's not afraid to expose it. Picture this, it's the early 2000s, a time of bling scandals and hip-hop royalty, and smack dab in the middle of it all, the one and only Shay Diddy Combs. He's living large, making bank and rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in the game, but behind the scenes there's a whole lot more going on than meets the eye. If you thought Diddy's life was wild before, buckle up because it's about to get even crazier. We're talking affair rumors, lawsuits left and right, and now 50 Cent got details about Diddy's affairs with some famous rappers. Yes, Meek Mill is one of them, and there's more. Say claims revenge videos leaking. It's like a never-ending roller coaster ride. But what's the deal with Diddy and his rap buddies? Is there more to their relationship than meets the eye? So Diddy's been making headlines, and not the good kind. You know how 50 Cent's been calling out Diddy's suspicious behavior for ages, right? Well, turns out he might have been onto something all along. Rumor has it there's a list floating around of celebrity rappers who've been cozying up to Diddy. Yeah, you heard that right. Rumors about his shady deals with young stars like Usher and Bieber are swirling allegations of sketchy behavior, even some explicit encounters have got tongues wagging. All right, so picture this. Usher, the R&B sensation we all know and love, dude spilled some serious beans during a live stream with Kevin Hart. He straight up admitted that back in the day when he was like 14 or something, he used talk crash at Diddy's crib. But hold up, it gets wilder. Usher kind of slipped up and mentioned something about sleeping with Diddy. Yeah, you heard that right too. It was all fun and games until he tried to backtrack with some no-home Momo talk about a plot twist that rocked the whole music world. Let's rewind a bit. So Usher's journey into the big league